Hello, everyone. So, what we're currently doing is I'm at the farm. What we're currently doing is preparing the land for next year's farming. Like I'd said before, so farming tomato is seasonal, right? So what we're doing right now is tomato, and it's seasonal. So it's not always all weather, you know. So what we're trying to achieve right now is preparing our land. I would show you through the land. I'm currently at the farm, but I would show you the land later on. What we're trying to do is to prepare it against next year. We're going to be doing our nursery somewhere around mid-February, transplanting in March, and harvesting somewhere around late May, June, July, because it's our understanding that that's usually the peak season of farming. So that's what we're trying to achieve. So come with me as I show you what we currently have on ground. So one thing we've successfully done is it's very essential that when you're farming, right, you factor in the fact that you cannot successfully farm without water. Literally, water is like water and soil is the bedrock. Every other thing is the gift, is nature's gift to us as farmers, right? Which is the most fundamental. Every other thing we add to farming is just to make it better, right? So manure, fertilizer, weeding, all of this stuff are just necessary to enhance farming. But by bottom line is that you need a soil, you need farmland. So in preparation for next year's farming, you can see behind me, these are trees we cut down already. These are trees we've cut down already. You can see them, see that on the floor, cut down. So the next thing we want to do is to assemble all of this in one location, somewhere around here. You assemble them here, and then once we're able to achieve that, we will now start. We would set fire on the property, on the land, so that all of these dry leaves or whatever the grasses that we've cut down would all be gone, right? So when that happens, we would have a clear land to go on with other activities, which is ridging and all that. But we can't actually do our ridges right now. Or before I even get to that, I was talking about land and water. One thing you must factor in when you're trying to execute is also water. Water is very essential. So one thing we've done here is we've dug a well. This is one of our well. See, we just dug this. I think early last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, not just this one. We have two other. That is the other well right there. You can see my worker covering it. That is already functional. That's the other well. So we have this. You can see the soil that was dug from the ground is still very much fresh. And these are all the trees we've cut down. So water is very, very important. Water is very important. You can see the well, very fresh, still new. Sand still very much fresh. That's our old nursery, which we're going to be changing. So it's very important that you understand the dynamics. You prepare your soil very well. So we will burn all of this down, and then we would pack the woods, these things like this that you see, we'll pack them out, and then we will set fire on it eventually, and get it cleared, right? Yeah, so we'll get it cleared, and the next thing we'll be doing is making our ridges. So in order to make your ridges and make it properly, like the right way it should be done, you need water, because you can't make ridges on dry soil. See, it's currently absolutely dried, 100% dried. You can make your ridges on dry soil. So what we are planning to do, you see this well that we dug? Where's the well again? This well that we dug. So what we're trying to do is, which you can do actually, it's a system. This is something that people don't really talk about, but it's actually functional. Is you can artificially wet the soil. So raining, this is currently December, and this is the late part. Today should be 21st of December. Yeah, and it's not raining right now in this part of the country, southwest. It's not raining right now, and it's not going to rain until probably late February, March. I mean, you might have maybe trickles here and there, but like real rain, I don't think we'd have proper rain until late February, March, right? So we need to start our nursery as early as possible. But like I said in my previous video, one thing we're trying to do with this property right now, so we don't have it just there bare waiting till March of next year before we can do anything tangible with it. We're trying to get this all cleared before the end of December, at most early January we're done, and then we will start watering, manually watering. So we will take water from the well, right? We take water from the well, and then we would have a hose, and then we will it's going to be it's quite cost effective. Farming is very expensive, that's what it's very expensive, but it's very, very profitable. That's why it's extremely important that you factor in all of the expenses. Don't just jump into it. I have a lot of people that I mentor, I have friends that are into farming that I actually coach and all that, and I still have coaches, I have mentors that I still report to, right? And one thing they would always tell you is that always count your cost. Do not just be focused on how much you want to make and then you forget the need to factor in your cost. Even the Bible says, who chooses to build a house and does not sit down to count his cost? It's extremely important that you factor in your cost. So it's very important. We'll connect a hose there, and then we manually water. You can imagine this is about, look how far the land is down right there. That tree you can see, that tree you see right there is just somewhere in the land. The land is still way ahead of it. So imagine manually watering all of this. It's a lot of work, right? Imagine the hose that we would have to buy and connect to manually water all of this. So yeah, that's something you can actually do. Manually water your land, so you can make ridges, because what we're trying to do is not wait until March next year. Like I said, we're trying to plant cucumber next year, which is January, just next month. So we'll manually water, and then we'll start making our ridges, which some people call it beds, I don't know, but we start making our ridges, and then we'll connect our drip tapes, whatever. Now the question is, why am I trying to farm cucumber? Very, very simple. You get to harvest cucumber in 37 days. In 37 days, harvest starts already. So if we successfully make our nursery, or if we successfully start, cultivating or planting our cucumber, let's say first week of next, or let's say second week of January, every chance is that points us to the fact that, or the possibility that we can start harvesting early February, or maybe second week of February. So, and when you start harvesting cucumber, you get to harvest for like 2 weeks, right? You get to harvest for, no, did I just say 2 weeks? I mean 2 months. So you can harvest for like 2 months. So you can actually do that. So if you have a piece of land that you want to use next year for tomato farming, instead of waiting up until March to transplant or February to transplant, you can just do something with it, especially if it's ready. You can just get it ready. I mean, estimates have it that on a property, like on 2 plot of land, you can on a plot of land you can get somewhere around 50 bags of cucumber, 50 to 60, about 75 bags of cucumber on 2 plots of land. It's possible that if with proper, it's called GAP, good agricultural practices, putting your fertilizer rightly, your manure rightly, your insecticides, weeding properly, doing like the good agricultural practices, everything you need to do. If you want to know that, you can just leave a comment in the comment section, or message me on WhatsApp. With proper agricultural practices, you can actually start harvesting in 36 days, and then you can harvest for up to a month and a half. And when you start harvesting your cucumber, you get to harvest at least every 4 days, because it grows very, very fast. And cucumber is expensive. A bag of cucumber right now out there is somewhere around 13,000 naira. Sometimes it goes as high as 20,000 naira in on a good day. And instead of just leaving your land bare, you can just do that, and imagine if you have, even if it's 10,000 naira, and you get to farm 2 plots of land, and say you get 150 bags, that's 1.5 million naira. You make that in, like, let's say in 70 days, 80 days, you've made that money instead of just leaving the land bare. So there's so much money in agriculture. But again, I'm not going to not help you or mention the fact that it's very important that you factor in cost. Cost is very, very important, and that's why you need a mentor. So if you want to learn anything about farming, how to go about next year's farming, if that's an endeavor you're interested in, you can message me. And I mean, like I said, knowledge is very important. Then you get trained, and then you go about it and you succeed. Like I said, I actually did not just jump into it, even though I've been farming for, my parents are farmers. My mom and my dad farmed for pretty much, my mom is still a farmer. I have siblings that are big time farmers. So even though I had the knowledge, before I go into any endeavor, like if I was diversifying into cucumber, bell pepper, I would always consult people who are experts in that field, and then, you know, learn from their knowledge, glean from there. And some people would request that, you know, some I actually pay most times, you know, because knowledge that you pay for is a seed you sow. So you learn and then you pay, and then it's easy for you to grow right away, right? So that's pretty much it with this video today. It was just, like I said, I'm carrying you through my journey. So look how the land is right now, very bare. Give it some time. I'm going to bring you updates and show you how it is, just the way I did with the tomato, from when the field was rough. We cut down, we did everything, and then we've grown right now. Yeah, so very quickly, I want to take you to, this is the latter part of this video. So if you want to stay, I just want to show you what we currently have on our tomato farm. Yeah, so that's about it. I'll just show you that, and see you in my next video. So this is our second well. This is the second. This is the second one that was dug right recently. We dug two. So this is our piping connection. You can see a wire. These two wires you see here, the red and the black, each cost, I think, 47,000 naira each. That's like 90k. This pipe each is like 2k. That's why when I say factor in your costs, I'm not joking. It's very, very important. So this pipe leads down to this location. That's what cut across from here down to this location, and then joins to the drip, to the hose that now connects to individual drip tips like this, that now runs across all of the farm. So you can see our plant is flowering already. Should start harvesting in, let's say, another 20 days. Should start harvesting. So this is how far we've gone. Not bad, right? Beautiful. We're gonna be removing this nursery and moving this radius backwards. So yeah, see you in my next video. Thank you for staying up until this time, and if you've not subscribed, please do very well to hit on the subscribe button.